Hi guys, and welcome back to Blues Focus TV, and today I'm here to preview our upcoming fixture away against Middlesbrough. This is an interesting one because Middlesbrough haven't been in the greatest form, but they've just sacked Chris Wilder, and we know what happens when a manager gets sacked. Even if a manager hasn't been appointed and it's an assistant taking over, there tends to be a bit of a bounce in form. I'm hoping that doesn't disrupt us, but I've got a feeling that it might. Now, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any more Blues related content. My channel is in the description as well, JC Football. Head over there and subscribe if you haven't already. Recently hit 150 subscribers, trying to push to 200 as quickly as possible. So if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the opposition. And Middlesbrough have been in some very poor form. They've played 11, they've only picked up 10 points, and they've only actually got 2 wins so far. So they're really struggling. A shadow of the side that Chris Wilder took over, and the back end of last season, they were very strong. They just missed out on playoffs. This season, they haven't looked at it at all, and it's led to that man Chris Wilder being sacked. After a 1-0 loss to Coventry, who hadn't won a game all season, Middlesbrough lost to them, Wilder gone. Leaves us in a bit of a tricky position because when a manager gets sacked, it always leads to a level of unpredictability. You don't know how they're going to set up, who's going to be playing, what the new manager or whoever's taking over in the interim thinks is the best setup for his team. So it's a bit of a struggle. The players might have down tools, so that'll lead to them now putting in better performances as an audition for whoever comes in next, which again will improve them. So I don't really see a world where Middlesbrough aren't better than their last game. Now, that makes sense. They played bottom of the league and lost. They've surely got to be better than that. But I'm just a bit worried that this has came at a really bad time. I think if Chris Wilder was still in charge, I'd be pretty positive that we, could get all 3 points from them. Not saying that we can't still do that, but I think this makes it a little bit trickier. Now, they've got some good players. Isaiah Jones is one that really stood out last season, and he's still there doing very well. I think we could be in for a tough game because Middlesbrough, the Riverside is going to be packed out for this home game with a very decent squad that are going to be playing their best. Leads me to a bit of worry, a bit of doubt. But I've been impressed with Blues so far. So let's get on to them. That's it for the opposition. Now, Blues, we have been in brilliant form. I say brilliant. We're unbeaten in 4 with 2 wins and 2 draws. But in case you didn't know, the way we've done it, a win 1-0 against Preston. Preston hadn't conceded a goal, so we were the first team to score against Preston and the first team to beat Preston. 2 firsts there in 1 game. Then we go and beat West Brom away 3-2, Scott Hogan hat-trick. The first team to beat West Brom at the Hawthorns this season. Again, another first. So we are really putting in some good performances. A 0-0 draw against Coventry is probably not what the fan base would have wanted after 2 very good performances, but most years we'd have lost that game. So I'm happy to take a point. It takes 2 points off Coventry as well. So that's good for us. And then, brilliant. Away at Bramall Lane, another first. The first team to take points away from Bramall Lane this season. with a 1-1 draw against Sheffield United. Went 1-0 down, came back into it. Normally, you go 1-0 down to the league leaders. As a Blues fan, you automatically set yourself to, we've lost this about 3-4-0. But we fought back into it. We played some, decent football. Chong sets up Deeney for his first goal this season. Very happy with that. I think Deeney's performances have been questionable. I get that there's been a lot of anger at Deeney for maybe not being 100%, not putting all his effort in. But over the last few games, he has really started to step up. He was very key in that West Brom win. Coventry, I heard he played, all right, even though not too much happened. And then he gets his goal against Sheffield United. I think this could be the start of Deeney really settling in as a Blues player. And I know it's took him a bit of time, but I'm hoping he can start putting in good performances. The link-up play, his passing's very good. He holds up the ball well. And maybe getting into a few more areas and getting a few more chances and taking them. So a lot of positives to take from our recent form. And I'm just overall happy, to pick up 8 points out of those 4 games is very good going. Now, injury front, there were a few knocks. Bielik and Chong both picking up knocks. A bit touch and go whether they're going to play, start, be on the bench, out the squad altogether. I'm not too sure, but hopefully they're in and around the squad, because if everyone's available, we have to be choosing the squad that has been playing recently, because they've been doing so well. Now, we are around mid-table, which is good. It's where I'm hoping to finish, really. I'd just like a season where we're very far away. We're not in the bottom 8, let's say, and we're just a little bit higher. We look a bit better, and we can hopefully finally end this, 20th place, roughly, average that we tend to have. And yeah, that is it for Blues. We've been doing very, very well. Let's hope we can continue here. But I tell you what, these 2 games, Sheffield United away, Middlesbrough away. From what I can remember, these 2 teams had pretty good home records last season, so we're not being dealt a very nice hand. Luckily, Middlesbrough are out of form, but does form really matter when a manager goes, or does it go out the window? Let me know down in the comments. That's it for Blues. Let's get into the head-to-head. And in the head-to-head, we won 3 of our last 6, drawing 1, losing 2. So over the last 3 seasons, we've got the better record, which surprised me quite a bit considering where Middlesbrough tend to finish in the table. Last season, both teams won the away fixture 2-0. Let's hope we can win this away fixture 2-0, although I don't think it will be that easy. As for my prediction, so I think a big factor is the unpredictability around a new manager. I would have went for a win for us if Wilder was in charge, but I don't think we're going to lose it for some reason. I've just got a feeling that the points are going to be shared. So I'm going to go, which I'll take by the way, but I'm going to go 1-1. So that's it for my prediction and my thoughts around this upcoming fixture away against Middlesbrough. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what your prediction is, how you think that Middlesbrough are going to play with, without Wilder in charge. Will we be able to keep our unbeaten run is a big question. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more Blues related content. And up the Blues.